Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Paula and I am a 22-year-old college student and single mommy of one baby girl. I work full-time as a nurse's assistant and I have recently begun a journey to become debt-free in order to provide a better, more fulfilling life for me and my daughter, one where we are more than comfortable financially and don't ever have to go without. So if that sounds like something you can get behind, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of our progress on our journey to financial freedom. So yes, today we are going to be cash stuffing the 5th and final paycheck of December, and then at the end we are going to be going over my debt update so you guys know where and how my money has been moving this week. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and count this money. Today we should have $695 to stuff. Just want to say Happy New Year's, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your families are doing well. It is the new year. What are some of y'all's resolutions, goals for 2024? Like, let's get into it for real, for real. First thing first, let's count this money. We have 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, 600, 620, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, and 95. 695, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this and organize this about. So yes, let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys made any New Year's resolutions. What did you guys do over the New Year's? I literally worked. I just got off of my 4x12. I just finished like recuperating. It is Tuesday. I'm a little bit late filming this, but Monday we did a little brunch, kind of like in honor of Honora, because last year when she was in the NICU, on New Year's Day, we went to brunch, and so this year she was actually able to come with us, so that was very, very fun, very, very special. So I really appreciated that. And then, you know, Honora didn't have daycare yesterday, so I had to kind of just stay home and hang out with her, and y'all know she can be a handful, so I wasn't able to get this video filmed. So yes, but let me know how you guys are doing. What New Year's resolutions y'all have? What do y'all have planned for this upcoming year? What are y'all's words for this year? So yes, let's get into it. I would love to hear it. Anywho, the first binder that we are going to go ahead and stuff is going to be my cash envelopes. Sorry y'all, I am still under the weather. This little sickness, cold, whatever it is not trying to go away. And then Nora's always in my face, and y'all know she stays sick because of her little daycare mess. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so first we have, I want to make sure we're like lined up pretty well so y'all can see. First thing we have is gas. Gas this week is going to go ahead and get $30. So we only have about 4 left. I know I put $35 in here last week. I was trying to postpone getting gas as long as possible because I know how annoying it is for me to get gas. But I was able to get gas, and I had $35 in here previously, and so it left me with $4 after a full tank. So I was quite pleased about that. The gas did go back down by like 5 cents, 8 cents, whatever. Y'all know how I feel about gas. So it's gonna get a 20 and a 10. So yeah, it is what it is. I have a full tank. I don't really anticipate getting gas, especially because it's what is it, Tuesday? Yeah. I mean, I do have a couple of errands to run, but nothing crazy. Okay, so yes, we have gas here. Bam. Really nice and pretty. Okay, then we have a restaurant. So last week we put 25 in restaurants, and it's gonna get 25 again this week. I'm left with $20 though, because when we went to the brunch yesterday, we did cash tips, so I just added a little $5 cash tip for mine. So that was that. I also don't really anticipate spending this money. Like I said, I'm just not trying to eat out as much. We're trying to save as much coin as possible. We are trying to move, and like I said, when we move, I'm looking into maybe getting some furniture. So I want to get my debt paid off as soon as possible. Like I said, I already have a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but I have some more nursing school things that I need to buy. Hopefully this is not crooked. I apologize if it is, if it's unsettling you. I don't know. But yes, so restaurants has 25 in it. Like I said, I don't anticipate spending it, but we will see this week. Next we have baby girl. Baby girl's gonna get $20. I'm not sure if I have 20 in here. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep this 20 in here for baby girl. I didn't buy her anything. She got so many clothes for Christmas, so we're pretty much good on that front. She did get those beanies, so I didn't end up having to buy those beanies for her. So yeah, that worked out totally and amazingly fine. So that's cool with me. Then we have spa. This week I am gonna go ahead probably tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and get my nails redone. Because y'all know I have to take off my acrylics for nursing school, which, ugh, gross. Not even regular nail polish, but whatever. I am gonna go, oh, sorry, spa's gonna get $110 this week. But I am gonna go and get just like a basic, I'm gonna get these acrylics buffed off, and then I'm gonna get a basic manicure and then have a polish go on it, and then by the Friday of the nursing school start, basically, well, Friday, the week of nursing school, when it starts on Friday, we have labs. That's when they don't want to see your nails. My clinicals don't start until January 23rd, but labs, they also do not want to see nails or painted nails or whatever, and that'll start the first week on Fridays. So yeah, I'll get my nails done tomorrow, and then they'll be able to last until basically Thursday night, and that's gonna be that. So yes, but yes, like I said, it's gonna get 110, so we're gonna do 250s and then a 10. I'm like, speaking of next Thursday night, y'all know I love to rant about my job. Love to rant about my jobs, y'all. And it has been a heck of a week, okay? Like I told y'all, I did 4 days, and it started off well, and then it turned into like a complete, just utter mess, and like SHIT show, okay? I just, ooh, it was really just irritating me. It was doing too much. Yeah, I know last week I was talking about how I had worked Christmas night into Christmas morning, and I was supposed to go back that night. Literally an hour before I was about to get ready and go, they canceled me, which was so annoying because I really wanted to make that extra money. And so that just kind of let me know where my loyalties need to lie going into this next year and going into nursing school and all that. And it lies with me, it lies with my daughter, it lies with making sure that I get in and out of nursing school by any means necessary. And if I have to quit, PRN, whatever it is, I'm gonna do that, because obviously they don't care about me and care about my pockets and care about, you know, me getting my stuff together. So why should I show them that same, you know, courtesy? So yes, I'm like, don't be over here canceling me. And it's just so crazy. Sorry if that irritated anybody. The knuckles cracking. But yes, and then they fired somebody because she didn't want to come in on Christmas Day. And I'm like, why did y'all cancel me instead? Y'all could have canceled her and we could have avoided all of this. But she went in there and she didn't do her job because she didn't want to be there. Blase, swazi, I'm not making an excuse for her. But I'm just saying we could have avoided all of this because I wanted to go in and I wanted to work, but they didn't want to work me. And they canceled me like last minute. They didn't even cancel me in the morning, so I didn't have to ruin my entire day, because the days that I go into work at night, I sleep the entire freaking day, and I didn't need to do that because it was literally Christmas Day. I could have spent more time with my daughter, but no, literally at like 5:30, oh, hi, this is so-and-so, I'm canceling you. And I'm like, first of all, I don't even know who you are because you're on day shift. I don't know you. I've never been introduced to you. So why are you over here texting me? You need to say, oh, my name is so-and-so. I'm a charge nurse on your unit. I see that we are overstaffed tonight, and I'm gonna, like, it's just so disgusting and unprofessional. I'm just like, that is so gross to me. No wonder why so many people are either quitting my unit or quitting in general. And I'm like, this is the hospital that is the creme de la creme in my city. But it just goes to show that, like, there is so many things behind the scenes that people don't even know and recognize. And when I get praised by the patients, like, oh my gosh, you're doing an amazing job, I love you, like, you're just an amazing, like, that happened to me, it just feels like, wow, that's amazing on my part. But it's like, I'm making this company that doesn't treat its employees that well look so good, and they're making tons of money off these people because, you know, the hospital is, you know, a business at the end of the day. And it's just like, okay, moving on, I guess. That's spa, okay? So we have Adventures next. Adventures is gonna get $0 this week. I don't have anything planned. Like I said, we are kind of getting geared back up for school to start up again, more importantly for nursing school to start. And so yes, we are not planning anything, even though I would like to start doing things on a monthly basis, but that is the least of my priorities right now. Whatever, whatnot about that. So that's getting 0 this week. I'm not even gonna trip. Then we have necessities. Necessities this week is gonna get 35. Let's see how much we have left in here. We have a 20, a 10, and a 5. So I'm just gonna leave this right in here. I'm gonna put this back because this is perfect and it's already creased. So we'll just put this right on back here. And then we'll go ahead and go through the coins and see if we have any coins here this week. But yeah, I'm just like, that is really, I don't know. I just feel like my experience working at a hospital is like slowly but surely like deteriorating. And I just had it so like gassed up, especially with, you know, how they were treating me and how they were treating my daughter. Like everything went so well at this hospital, but granted it was a different unit. So yeah, it was mother baby unit when I had my stay there and all of that stuff. So let me take these coins out, but yeah, I'm on med surge, so it's quite different. But you know, overall I have good days, but it just be the staff sometimes. And it was really, really interesting this week because the first 2 days were good. Like I said, I had I did 4 days. So I started Thursday night, Thursday through Sunday night. Okay, let me see if I can get these coins out of here, because come on. Thursday through Sunday night. The first night I was a sitter, and I feel like that nurse manager was trying to rectify, you know, that situation. I didn't bring my concerns to her. I didn't say, oh, can you not cancel me? I had no idea that I could kind of not refuse to cancel, but be like, hey, can you cancel somebody else instead? I found that out after the fact. But I feel like she was trying to be nice and like have me be a sitter, so I didn't have like a terrible assignment the first night I came back, which was fine. Went back down to the ED. At first I sat on my floor, and then they called me down to the ED because my person was in restraints, so it was like he wasn't really going nowhere anyways, and wasn't doing anything. So I saw some really interesting things in the ED. It was very, very high paced that night, and I was like, oh my gosh, like if I don't, well, I'm not gonna speak this into existence, but if I don't get my 2 first residency options, I would definitely do ED, especially because of my ADHD. I think it would just be exciting and fun. So I would definitely do ED. That's my 3rd choice. I'm not making any more like, oh, if I don't get ED, then I'll do this and I'll do this. No. I have a top 3 and that's it. Period, point blank. That's it. That's all after that. Okay. So anyways, the next thing that we are going to go ahead and cash stuff is going to be my foundational binder. Okay. So I have this foundational binder right here. This has like my long-term savings goals plus my debt. The main thing that y'all know we are focusing right now on is my debt. So let's go ahead and calculate how much money we're going to be able to put towards debt this week. So let's open this up so that we can see. And I'm going to go ahead and organize this money really quick so that everything can be in correct denominations. So I'm just going to move this back. But yeah, so like I said, those were the first 2 days. They were fine. And then my 3rd to last day, that was actually pretty good too. I was very pleased. We had a couple of heavy hitters on the floor, but luckily I didn't get them. What was so ironic is that literally the lady that I told y'all that night that I had 10 patients plus admissions, and she had literally 6 no admissions, guess what happened? She had all the heavy patients, and she kept complaining to me about it. And in my head, I'm just like, because at that point we had the same amount of patients, the same number. She just felt like her acuity was a little bit more because there was like, there was some like almost like psych cases on the floor, and we're not psych, so it was like, you know, learning curve. And she's like, oh, you don't have my caseload of patients. You don't have my caseload. And I was like, ma'am, you were not complaining when I had 10 patients plus admissions and you had 6, remember? Do you remember that? No, of course I didn't say this, but in my head, I'm like, what are you complaining for? Why are you always complaining? Talking about some, oh, you don't have the level of acuity that I have. Like, my patients are doing the most tonight. And I'm like, you think I'm supposed to feel bad for you? What happened when I had 10 patients, you had 6 patients? Oh, you wasn't complaining then? At least this time we got the same number of patients. Like, be so serious right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and count how much money we're going to be able to put toward debt this week. I hope it's not getting too dark. It feels really dark in here, but maybe that's just a comfy, cozy vibe. I'm not going to turn this light on and ruin the whole vibe. If it is cozy, I'm not going to be able to tell until I like edit this. But let's go ahead and count. So we have our 100s here. Let me turn my calculator on. So we have 100, 200, 300. So we have 300 right here. So 300 plus we have some 50s. We have 1 and 2 50s. So plus, hold on, 100. It's 2 50s. Then we have our 20s here. We have 20, they're sticky, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. So plus 120. Then we have some 10s here. So we have 1 and 2 10s. So we have plus 20. Then we have 5 and 10. So plus 10. Then we have our ones here. They look a little wonky, but that's okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 ones here. So let's see what that totals to be. So plus 4. So that is going to be $554 that we can contribute towards debt. So we need to go ahead and do some calculations so y'all can see what's on the cards, what's my outstanding debt, what was spent maybe this week, and a blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this over here because I know I don't want to bust my envelope. So we're just going to leave this out. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my iPad that's already over here and get her going. But yes, so I was like, that was my 3rd night out of 4, and I didn't feel like it went that bad, but it was just like, she was just annoying the hell out of me, talking about, oh, my patience, and you, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, like I said, once again, you were not doing all this complaining when you had 6 patients, and they weren't going crazy, because what she'll do, she's really dramatic. Cause she'll be like, oh yeah, my patients are doing this and this to me. Yeah, they have me running around. And I'm like, the next day when she had those 6 patients, I had all of her patients the next day. I was like, girl, they are not. No, they are not. They are all selves for the most part. They do not have me running. You are dramatic. So I'm like, stop with the dramatics. Stop complaining. Like, go on a different floor if you're gonna keep complaining. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, we have the same exact number. I don't know what happened then. I don't know what you want to tell you. But you weren't complaining when I had 10 and you had 6. So anyways, moving on. These are our numbers from last week. I did want to note that my Discover card had $136 of interest added. So I'm going to tell y'all like how that went and like what I ended up doing for that, because yeah, I kind of changed it up from what this was looking like. I changed it up a little bit on like where I put my money towards. So let's do debt contribution of this week. Whoa. Debt contribution, just write debt contri. So debt contribution this week is going to be $554, period, point blank. Okay. So with that being said, when I saw this interest, it really irked my nerves. It really irritated me. So what did I do? I put $50 on the Capital One, and I put all the remaining money on the Discover, which was, let's calculate that. 1197 minus 50 equals 1147. So I put $1,147 on the Discover card once I saw this interest, because it really irritated me, and I noted it 12/27 2023. And it just irritated the crap out of me. And I was like, well, if this is not due till January 31st, and it's not even January right now, and this is accruing interest like crazy, and it's irritating the crap out of me, what am I going to do? I am just going to go ahead and put down as much money as I can to get this down, because I'm so freaking over it. Okay, so I was supposed to put $797 towards it, but I ended up putting $1,147 on it, because I was like, we'll just pay this next week. We'll just pay it next week. We'll call it a freaking day. It is what it is. I'm not going to continue to trip about it. I'm not going to continue to play those games. So we need to make a mental note of this for when we color in the debt tracker, because I have to make some adjustments on there. So let me just see how I do this. So we have the Apple this week, and then I do have some Capital One as well. So we'll just go through the numbers and calculate all this. So let's start with Apple first. So we have Miss Apple here, and the balance on her is, where's my phone? I pretty much know it. I pretty much know all the numbers though, because I look at them every day. I have the little widgets on my phone that are like completely open, so I see my debt every time I scroll past that page. Constant reminder. Okay, so Apple, I do have that $350 from Honora's photos, and then $9.99 for the Apple Cloud storage. So that's gonna be, it was $350, so $360. It's like $359.99 or something like that. So let's say $360. So $360 due on that. And this still is due January 31st, but now that I put that like full 1,000 on it, I feel a little bit more accomplished with myself. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and pay the Apple off. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pay the Apple off this week and call it a day, so that I don't have to see that anymore. Because I'm seeing like 3 different balances right now, and that's irritating me as well. So we have 350, let me see how I did it here, equals 847. Okay, so I just subtracted the debt contribution. Okay, so we have 554 minus 360, so we were left with 197, and then we have our Capital One card, Capital One. And I told y'all that I put $50 on it, but I was going to pay for Honora's pictures on there. And so earlier last week, I did go in for the slideshow, and it got me so emotional, and it was so irritating because I was like, ooh, because I had a budget. And as soon as I saw those pictures and the music, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I increased the budget in my head. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, but I increased the budget in my head. I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna increase this budget because, like, oh my gosh, she's been through so much. Her birthday wasn't even supposed to be in December. Like, she's been through so freaking much. Like, it is what it is. I don't freaking care anymore. But as the slideshow was going on, and I was like getting teary-eyed, literally, I texted my mom and I was like, what package should I get? I literally sent her a picture of all the packages, and they're hella expensive, obviously, like $2,500, $1,500, $4,000 for like albums, on digitals, on framed artwork, like all different types of stuff, right? And she was like, oh my gosh, that's how they get you. I was like, I'm getting so emotional. Like, I don't know if I'm going to stay within budget, blah, 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 blah. She's like, oh no, come home right now. And she was looking on Amazon talking about, so, oh, we could do a photo shoot at home. We could do this. And I'm like, ma'am, you wasn't saying this before I went and got the photo shoot, because if that was the case, we could have did an at-home photo shoot. Like, what happened? But when she saw those prices, she was like, oh no, we'll just do an at-home photo shoot. And she was looking at balloon garlands on Amazon, and I'm like, and backdrops and stuff like that. And I'm like, ma'am, I needed you to say this before I came in here and spent all this time and energy and paid the actual photography fee and all of that stuff. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get something. So let me just reevaluate how I feel. Because I had one thing in my mind in particular to begin with, and once I saw those photos and I was listening to the music and I just saw her being such, like, looking like such a big girl, I was like, OMG, like, I freaking can't. Like, I can't not spend this money right now. But yeah, no, my mom was really irritated. And she was like, no, you need to go outside and reevaluate your budget, and you need to stick to your budget, basically. Like, you need to stick to your budget, blah, 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 blah. So I'm glad I messaged her because I did end up sticking to my budget. I sticked within my budget, and then I got exactly what I expected for myself to get. So I'm happy about that. It was like this photo block. You know, the photos are absolutely gorgeous. I didn't pay for any digitals. They were hella expensive, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I got this, like, it's like a photo album block of like printed pictures, and they're on like a large canvas, like an 8x10. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, it was quite expensive, but it was still within my budget of what I would expect to pay for professional photos, at a 1-year-old cake smash, and the time and energy that we spent on that. So anyways, moving on. That totaled out to be like 645. On my Capital One it says 645. So we're gonna put 646. I'm gonna put 646. So all together, that's about $1,000 something. And I did expect to spend that for her first photos because I was supposed to get these a year ago. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I'm not gonna apologize for getting photos of my daughter who's been through so much. I want her to feel all the love, and that's just what that's gonna be. I want her to have something to look back on, and that's just what that is, okay? Like, I'm not crazy. It's just what it is. So anyways, yeah, so that's what that is. However, I'm not gonna pay this down this week, because this is also not due until February 15th, okay? It's not due till February. So I was like, girl, I'm not about to sit here and waste my time when I could be putting money on money on money onto the Discover and getting that paid down and calling that a day. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm not gonna put anything on here this week. So let's just do this, because that means we're still left with 197. Still left with 197, and like I said, I'll pay this probably with the next paycheck. Yeah, probably with the next paycheck, the one that has like my Christmas holiday premium and all of that stuff on it. Also, when they did cancel me, thank goodness, the lady that's our payroll clerk, she was like, hey, I know you had a mandatory cancel. Did you want to use PTO? Thank goodness I had some PTO build up. I was like, hell yeah, use that PTO, because I don't know if I'm gonna have to go PRN or quit or whatever else soon. So go ahead, let's go ahead and use this PTO. I do not care. Go ahead and use the PTO. Use the PTO. She's like, okay, wonderful, it's in. I was like, fan freaking tastic. So I'll still be getting paid for that day. I don't think you get the holiday premium though, but whatever, whatnot, F it. I'm thankful that I was able to put something on there, because I was really pressed that I did not get to work. But you know, the PTO worked out, because then I was able to spend that night with my daughter, and my mom had cooked, and it was still a good time. But I wanted that holiday premium, but you know, whatever. It wasn't meant to be, it was fine, whatever. So yes, that is what that is looking like. So then let's go over the Discover card and see what numbers she is at. So we have Miss Discover here. And Miss Discover is at 4,015 and some change. So let's say 4016. So that's freaking wonderful. So we're about to break over. Y'all can't see me. I was like, we're about to break over this 3,000, this 4,000 threshold, which makes me happy, because I love seeing us go down another 1,000, another 1,000, another 1,000. So that's fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and subtract this from here. So subtract 197, and let's see what that leaves us with. What's gonna be on the Discover. So we have 4016 minus 197 equals 3819. So the Discover should be sitting at 3819 once I put all this money into the payment places, whatever. So yes, this is what we are looking like right now. Like I said, we will come back to this next week or in the completely next paycheck, because like I said, this is not due till February. My next paycheck comes out my first week of nursing school, basically like next week. So yes, I'm not tripping about that. So yeah, this is what everything is looking like this week. So let's go ahead and go over to the debt tracker so that we can go ahead, make those adjustments from last week, and then color things in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open my next page up. So I'm trying to figure out, because I didn't even think about how I have to make adjustments. So like I said, $7.97 went on last week plus you know, the overage. So let's do 1147 minus 797 equals 350. So that's another 300. So 350 plus our 197 equals 547. So I'm thinking we're going to color in 5 of these, and hopefully that'll be correct, but we're going to go ahead and calculate all of that at the end anyways, so we can make sure that that's correct. So let's go ahead and do that. If I can get the right stuff here. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to color at least 5, and then we'll kind of calculate what's going on here. And I think I need to erase this, because after I color in 3 of these, it'll be the 197. Here, let's erase that. Let's erase that. Okay. Oh crap. I'll have to color it in again. Okay, whatever. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, so let's color this one in. So I'm gonna color in like 4 and then put that 1147 down here, and then I think 2 more. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. So yes, like I said, that was my 3rd day of working. And then come to find out, when I was on my 3rd day of working, the next day obviously was New Year's. Tell me why I was the only CNA on my floor for New Year's scheduled. So, you know, I try to go with the flow as much as possible. You know, I be chilling. I don't like to make a big deal out of things and, you know, get an attitude, because then I'm not going to want to work, not going to want to go into work, not going to want to do this, that, and the third, whatever. So I was like, surely they're going to get somebody. They usually get somebody else to float over, you know, from a different unit if they're in excess, whatever. So I was like, surely they're going to do that. So I walk into work and I see the assignment. There's no other ACP on our chart. There is nobody else coming to help. There is nobody coming to do anything. Okay, there's no other CNA scheduled for my floor. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that really like irritated me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this night okay. It is going to be what it is. These nurses better get on their grind and they better help me. Because I was watching some TikToks and I had no idea that nurses were like, that nurses in like other facilities, not other facilities like per like nursing home, like different types of facilities, but like in hospitals, like nurses, if you don't have a CNA there, like they're changing briefs. They're doing all of the stuff that CNAs do. And so, and then when I walked in there and I was talking to some of the other CNAs, I was like, I had no idea like that's what, and they're like, no, our nurses on our unit are lazy. That's why so many people quit. That's why so many people want to leave our unit. And I was like, oh, like that's why people are leaving? She's like, heck yes, like they are lazy. When you go on any other floor, which is true because I've been floated to 4 different floors already, that's very true. A lot of the other nurses from other floors, like they already have that instilled within them to just do more, be more for their patients than the nurses on our floor. But that night, I was like, these nurses, they better not let me get burnt out tonight. They better not let me, if they let me get burnt out, your girl is quitting. I'm going to quit. Like, they are not about to sit here and play me. So anyways, let me go ahead and write this number down here. I was like, and I texted my mom because when I got in there, there was 16 patients on the floor. They tried to give me this assignment where I had like 12 or like 11 patients to myself, and then the nurses were just going to take care of like their lightest patient. But like, I don't know, I just didn't want to like necessarily get in trouble for not getting certain things done. So I was like, I'm not even going to worry about that. And thank goodness that they were trying to be helpful, because New Year's Day, there was only 2 day shift ACPs and we had a heavy floor, and usually there's 3. But people were just calling out. And so like when you call out, that burns other people out if there's not excess. already on the floor. I opened this up bigger to write this. So yes, luckily what they did was they took the first round of vitals, which is usually what I do. So that would have took me like 2 hours because you do vitals plus blood sugars when you first come in. So they had the CNAs on day shift do that for me. But one of the CNAs didn't finish her blood sugars, so I was like, whatever, I'll do those. And then I see 2 nurses coming around the corner talking about, so okay, Paula, we're gonna go ahead and run vitals and do blood sugars for our numbers, blah blah blah. And I was like, what? Like, girl, I'm almost done doing blood sugars. Like, blood sugars are done. Like, no. Well, not with that attitude, because they were actually cool. I like them. And I'm like, thank God I had somewhat of a good squad that night. Like, these were some chill nurses. These are the, like, nurses that I like on the floor. They usually don't do as much, but they really did help out that night. They did what they had to do. Like, people were changing. Like, it was actually a really well-oiled machine that night. And I was very, very, very thankful for that. And some of the patients that were heavier the night before, they were chilling out a little bit more that night. And I was like, thank you, God, because I would have quit. And I don't like that idea because I paid $1,500 to become a CNA. So I want to actually work as a CNA. You know what I'm saying? So that was working out. I was happy about that. So I was like, wonderful, that worked out. And like I said, it was a well-oiled machine that night. I didn't feel like I was burnt out. I did what I had to do, and it was just like more like teamwork. Like, I'm gonna get this done, blase squaze, and then y'all can do this, y'all can help with this. And they were just really receptive when usually they would not be. And then on top of that, some of the nurses that I know for a fact would not have been, they canceled that night. So I was like, you know what? I'm freaking happy about that. And it worked out freaking perfectly. Because I was like, oh my gosh, in my head, I was like, thank God they canceled. Because if they did not cancel, like, I would have been basically on my own that night. Like, you can say, oh guys, make sure you help out the CNA all you want. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, thank goodness we had a good squad that night. I was pleased with how things played out. The night went by fast. I was working a lot harder than like normal, but that was fine. I understand that, and sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So yes, basically I took care of 16 patients. I was like, it's giving nursing home, but we're not gonna get into that. So yes, we basically did what we had to do. But those last round of vitals, that took me like 2.5, 3 hours, because I did all 16 patients, except for the one nurse that floated from a completely different floor. She was like, oh no, I just want to help out. Like, I'll take their vitals, I'll clean their room, I'll do the trash, I'll do all that stuff for the last round. I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? And she was like, yeah, like, it's not a problem at all. I was like, what? And that's what I'm talking about when I say our nurses on our floor are lazy, because that was just like a normal thing for her. Like, most of them are doing all of that stuff themselves. Not like all of it, but like the nursing assistant actually assists and not like does the work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yeah, that's just like the work ethic coming from different floors, and when you're like a higher acuity. So she came from PCU, which is progressive care unit, which is a little bit more like unstable people than on my floor would be. And then people from ICU, like when they step down from like other higher acuity floors, they're just used to doing more because those nurses do more. So whatever, whatnot. So that's that. We're not even done coloring. Anyways, I'm gonna color 2 or 3 more. So yes, like I said, that ended up working out fine. Because like I said, if they thought it was gonna be a good idea to burn me out, I was going to quit. I was going to quit. And then, see, I know my nursing school starts. My job is usually like, oh, you know, school is very, very, very important to us. We're going to get your schedule figured out because I have 2 conflicting dates. So I talked to the A&M on charge that night. And she was like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get your schedule figured out. And I was like, okay, wonderful. So we ended up getting one of the days figured out. And then she was trying to figure out if I could do like PTO for the other day. So I'm still waiting on the nurse manager of the floor to let us know if that's okay. But I'm like, girl, it needs to be okay because I have nursing school. I don't know what y'all got going on because, you know, y'all be treating me kind of half-assed a little bit. And I'm not going to stand for y'all are not going to ruin nursing school for me. I am so sorry. Like I said, I will quit. Like, you got me effed up. If you cannot get this day figured out, like, I'm not going to be here. I will call out. And usually when you call out on your floor, you can make it a whole event. So you can call out for your entire 3 days or your 4 days or however long your like shift is, like your, you know, back to back to back shift is. And it'll be put together as one call out event. So I'm like, girl, if I have to call out on Thursday, because I would work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm gonna call out on all 3 days because y'all got me effed up. Like I said, that would be the first week of nursing school. Y'all are not about to play me. I can do Friday, Saturday, Sunday as of right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. We don't know how, you know, much longer that's gonna be true for. I feel like I need to turn the light on. I hope this doesn't mess up the look of everything, but I'm turning the light on because it looks really freaking dark. But yeah, I'm just like, no, y'all better get that figured out. I don't care if it needs to be PTO. Go ahead and use that PTO if you need to. Y'all are not about to play me because I am not about to be here. I will call out, and I will call out for all 3 days. I don't know what you want me to tell you, especially because on that Thursday, there's 3 ACPs already scheduled, which is over the limit for night. So I'm like, yeah, y'all shouldn't have a problem. But she was like, no, but you're full time though. And if you can't work any other day that week, I was like, no, ma'am, I cannot work. I'm not working during my nursing school week. Y'all are not about to stress me out. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So that's why she was like, I'm going to see if we can do a PTO day, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, girl, I don't want to hear all that. I want to hear that you got my schedule fixed. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear all of that, okay? I do not. I do not at all. So I'm going to put the... Okay, so here we go, playing with me again. So I'm going to put the 5... What was it? Let me see what it was. It was 554. Wait, no. Because it was 197. It was 197. That's contributed to debt this week. And then we're going to go ahead and count and make sure we have all of the contributions correct. Yes, 197 overall. So I'm just going to start from the beginning and count these. Look how much debt we've gotten paid off, y'all. It's insane. It doesn't feel that way because we still have a balance. But, you know, anyways, moving on. So let's go ahead and count these up and make sure that we have the correct amount bubbled in. So we have 625 here, 625. Then we have plus 972, 972. Then we have 282, 282. And then we have 492, 492. Okay, wonderful. And then plus 578. Boom. Okay, what do we have here? 578 plus 654. 654 plus 468, 68 plus 600, bam, plus this 1147, bam, plus 197, plus 197 equals $6,015 that we have paid toward debt, which is insane. Which is pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much equivalent, because I said we had like 9,000 to 10,000 outstanding, and then we've paid off 6,000 of that. So we're a little over half now. And y'all know I added to that because of nursing school purchases and stuff like that early on. So we're close to getting it paid down. That's why I'm like, I really want to work during nursing school, but obviously this can't be like my priority, my focus, because, you know, my student loans and my Pell will go ahead and wipe the rest of my debt out, but I don't want that paying for my debt because I don't know if my financial aid is going to come through in the summer in the following semesters. So I'm like, I don't want to quit. I don't want to do this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that I don't have to do that, but that means that there should be 60 bubbles squared in. So let's go ahead and count that. But yeah, so when she was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this day work, you're going to have to call out, I was like, girl, don't let me learn how to call out, because I purposely did not learn how to call out for that reason, because I'm like, girl, if I learn how to call out, I'm going to be calling out, and I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. And it's like a 2-part calling out situation, but I'm like, once I learn it, like, you know, it's going to be questionable. But I'm like, you know, whatever. If I have to call out, that's fine. I'm just going to call out for all 3 days because, like I said, you're not going to play me my first week of nursing school, okay? So that week I'm supposed to be working Saturday, Sunday. No, yeah. They would have to take that Thursday off, so it'd be Friday and Saturday that I'd be working and then not working on Sunday. And I'm like, y'all just gonna have to get with the program. Oh no, I will be working on Sunday because she was able to fix the following week. So there's only 1 week that's messed up. She was able to fix that one to Sunday, which is interesting because that means I'll be going from work straight to my first lecture of the week. But I think that I can make that work with like some coffee and stuff like that. I don't know. Don't, you know, don't think I'm crazy now, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm a very ambitious person, so we're gonna see. But if you've been through the process, ABS Center, you've had any friends, definitely let me know in the comments because I, you know, don't want to quit. But like if I have to, it's nice to know that other people have like gone through it. And like, you know, this is kind of just like the normal thing to do. But I'm like, I want to be able to work if I can. But if I can't, I'm not going to stress about it because nursing school is important because I'm trying to get out of nursing school, like in and out of nursing school as soon as possible because obviously it's going to up my pay by like 2 or 3 times what I make now. And obviously that's going to be better long term for my future and for my daughter's future. So that is my main priority. And so that's why I'm like, if it has to happen, it has to happen. But as of right now, for the first semester, I think I'm going to be fine. It's just semester 3 and 4 that they were like, maybe you need to reevaluate some things. But semester 1, you should be pretty decent. Semester 2 is iffy, but 3 and 4, you definitely won't be able to work. So I'm like, hopefully I can work, you know, build up a little bit of a savings, you know, get a Nora's daycare fund, really, you know, situated how I want. And then decide to go completely PRN or just altogether be done. But as of right now, I'm thinking I'll be able to do it. We'll see. Because like I said, if I have to go completely PRN, they should be okay with that. Because of the fact that, you know, it's school. And if they're not okay, then I'm going to quit. I'm not going to sacrifice me doing well in nursing school. I'm not going to have another crappy semester like I did last semester. Especially with this being nursing school and this being the career that I want to go into, especially with me trying to be an advanced practitioner later on, I would like to get all A's if possible. So I'm like, I need to work as hard as I can to obtain something close to, if not completely that, instead of worrying about, you know, the quick, fast money that, you know, that cycle that people can get stuck into. I don't want to do that. So anyways, moving forward, let me go ahead and count these and make sure there's only 60 bubbles bubbled in. So we have, I think this is the first page. Yes, we have, look at me. Okay, y'all see that? We did this last week. I was like, it would be really smart to go ahead and just count how many freaking bubbles and just write it down for just a quicker process. Or do y'all like hearing me count? I'm just kidding. Anyways, today we're just going to do the bubbles. So we have a full page here, so that's 28. It's the same exact page, so we have another 28 plus 28. Boom. So 28 plus 28 equals what? So that's 56 plus this 3. So plus 3 equals 59. So we have one more bubble that we can bubble in. That was much quicker. I was like, see, look at us. You know, that's wonderful. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and color in this last one here. $6,015. That is awesome. That is freaking fantastic. But yeah, so like I said, nursing school starts literally next Monday on the 8th. Okay, this week I work Thursday and Friday. I have Saturday and Sunday off. That's why my schedule's getting messed up. I'm going too slow. But that just is what it is. Like I said, they better let me do PTO or I'm calling out for the whole 3 days. Like I said, they will not be playing me, especially with how they be treating me, making me the only ACP, giving me hella heavy patients instead of making it even. I don't want to hear all of that, okay? Always floating me because you're not even supposed to float. As much as I floated, I'm not supposed to have floated that much already. Just from how, like, the other ACPs be talking, they were like, oh, that's kind of weird, that's kind of bizarre. And then there's a book, and you can request to not be floated because you shouldn't be floated. But I'm like, you know, girl, if they tell me I'm about to be a sitter in the ED, I'm going to go to the ED because it's very interesting down there. So I'm like, that's why I haven't been complaining. But I'm like, stop. I feel like they're trying to, you know, kind of just treat me how they feel like, however. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're just trying to, like, kind of not take advantage per se, but they're kind of seeing what they can get away with me, and I'm not the one, okay? Because I don't care. I will talk to you about it. I will come to you about it, okay? You will get an email. So anyways, yes, that is all of our boxes filled in. So yes, that is 60. So plus our last one here, so that is equivalent to what we need, and then we have $15 overage or something like that. Yeah, so that's fine by me. That'll be in the next one, I'm sure. But yes, that is pretty much it for this cash stuffing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and spending some time here, letting me vent to y'all. Let me know how you guys' New Year's is, well, was, because that's gonna be past by now. But yes, let me know how you guys are doing. What's your New Year's resolutions? Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown me. And yeah, I can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Bye bye.